Okay, now it can be told. Not that it couldn't have been told yesterday. Today is Tuesday, July 12th, but I digress. The Alameda County Board of Supervisors will take up the Ronnie Lott Group Memorandum of Understanding, and then next week, the week of July 18th, the Oakland City Council will take up the same topic. Both meetings will occur in closed session. Now, the Coliseum City, Oakland Raiders, Oakland Athletic Stadium issue is a constant agenda item in closed session. But this has a special moment because of the fact that Ronnie Lott is proposing, as it stands right now, to not only work with the Raiders in building a stadium, but buy 20% of the team at $200 million. And therein lay the rub, because when I'm told, and again, it's 20%, not 40%, 20%. And that news has been spun negatively in the media because, I have to say it again, a lot of these folks don't understand this stuff. And it's not hard to understand. I'll prove it. You watch Shark Tank? By show of hands out there, how many of you watch Shark Tank? Okay? All right. If you don't know what Shark Tank is, it's a show with Mark Cuban, Damon Johns, Robert Herjavec, and others, investors, and they basically hear your pitch on your business and they say they're going to invest. You tell them what you want, and they give you a counter. You either make a deal or you don't. It's quite entertaining. Very simple, but very entertaining. And it's very instructive regarding how business value works, right? So in that context, in the vein of Shark Tank, Ronnie Lott is a Shark Tanker. And I want to make it simple for you. What basically is going on is, let's say that you're on Shark Tank. Now, you come and you say, all right, Zenny, I seek $50,000 from you in exchange for 10% of your company, which means that you think your company is worth $500,000. Now, you want to work out the math. You take $50,000 and you divide that by 0.1, which is 10%, and you get $500,000. Okay. I hear your business pitch based on my knowledge regarding that business or lack thereof. I think, you know what, I want a bigger stake. So I'm going to ask for 20%. Now, from your perspective, that's not really great. Why? Because if you take 20% is 0.2. $50,000 divided by 0.2 is $250,000. So you're going from $500,000 in value to $250,000 in value. Like, that's the difference in the deal. You don't like that. So you're saying, I can't do that. I want to meet in the middle. That's basically where the Raiders and Mark Davis and Ronnie Lott are. That's not a bad thing, folks. That's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean that Ronnie is amateurish. I mean, this is common business negotiation. But the naive mainstream media out there doesn't spin it as such. Arguably because it hasn't watched enough Shark Tank, if at all, let alone ran any numbers to understand this stuff. Here we go again. It's upsetting. It really is. But I digress. All right. Ronnie Lott is offering $200 million to the Raiders for 20%. Now, that means, if you think about it, that's 20%. Okay? 2 times 5 is 10. So that's $1 billion, right? Okay? So we're like, okay, I got 20%, 400,000, 600,000, 800,000, boom, right? Now, from Mark Davis and the Raiders' perspective, here's the problem. The Raiders are worth $1.43 billion. So you got to add an extra, that's right. So you got to add, you're looking at more of a $1,400,000,000 value, which means that in order to appease the Raiders, as I understand the information given, Ronnie Lott, and no one's told me he has to do this. I'm saying this mathematically. This is what he has to do in order to assuage the Raiders. He would have to say, okay, I'll give you $250,000. Okay? For 20%. Because that would basically match what the Raiders, that would roughly match what the Raiders are valued at right now. Just maybe a little bit more, but that would do it. That's where they're at. That's not bad, folks. That's not bad. Note, the Raiders didn't say they don't want to work with Ronnie Lott. Deal terms are alterable. And if, again, here's my question to you. How many people out there have watched Shark Tank? How many times have you seen during a Shark Tank negotiation the deal numbers change? That's all this is. So if you think about what I'm saying from that context, don't you agree that the media is really selling you a bill of goods because they don't want to do any homework at all? And that's my problem with the way media is done today. You have people running around in this gossip mill, quoting stuff, and not thinking about numbers and looking for documents, doing research. We have a crisis of information here, folks. We really do. It's really bad. But I digress. That's where things stand right now. Stay tuned.